All right, it is 9 o'clock. Thank you everyone for being here today. Welcome. I am Melissa Kenyon, Director of Marketing and Communications for Keep Louisiana Beautiful, and I'm joined by my colleague, Jessie Chapuis, Programs and Event Manager for KLB. Thank you again for being here today to learn more about Love the Boot Week, our state's largest litter cleanup and beautification event held during Earth Week. This year, the dates for Love the Boot Week, as you know, are April 20th to the 28th. We have extended it to 2 weekends this year to give y'all more options for selecting a date for your Love the Boot Week event. And we are excited to make this the biggest year yet with your help. This webinar is being recorded for those who are not able to attend, and we will make it available at lovetheboot.org after this meeting. And we will also include it in our March newsletter. If you have any questions during this webinar, you can use the Q&A feature, and we will do our best to answer all of your questions. Next slide. All right, before we dive into Love the Boot Week, just wanted to give you a little bit of background information on Keep Louisiana Beautiful for those of you who are new to our organization. We are a nonprofit organization, and we focus on promoting litter cleanup, education, prevention, and enforcement. We also promote and support recycling and sustainability efforts in communities around the state. We also promote and fund beautification efforts such as tree plantings and native plant plantings. Our KLB network includes 37 community affiliates across the state and 10 university affiliates. These organizations are our boots on the ground. They are leading our local efforts to help stop litter and beautify Louisiana. You may have an affiliate near you. The majority of our affiliates call themselves Keep Blank Beautiful. So Keep Abbeville Beautiful, Keep Mandeville Beautiful, and you can find a map and a list of all of our affiliates on our website. All right, next slide. All right, so how do we help Louisiana? These are just a few of our initiatives that I'm going to highlight before we jump over to Love the Boot Week. In 2023, KLB completed a litter study. This revealed that there are approximately 143.8 million pieces of litter along our roadways at any given time. The study helped us to understand the severity of our litter problem and helped us give a kind of baseline on where to go and how to tackle it and make improvements. You can find the study on our website, keeplouisianabeautiful.org. We also have the Clean Biz Partnership, which Jessie leads up. This was launched last year to promote clean and litter-free businesses. We all know that a clean community supports good business and economic development, so this program was designed to help that. Our clean businesses set an example for their community. They're committed to keeping their dumpster areas clean, their parking lots clean, and this is a free program. You should check it out on our website and join if you're interested or promote it in your community. With it comes free marketing materials and access to educational opportunities like workshops and webinars. There are already 400 businesses signed up, and it's just a year-old program, so that's pretty exciting. I'm pretty proud of it. Another signature program that we have with KLB is the Get Down and Clean Up program with our public libraries. There are 118 public libraries participating in this program, and you can go to these libraries and check out litter cleanup supplies such as grabbers and trash bags and safety vests. And we encourage you to see if there's a library near you participating, because during Love the Boot Week, this is a great way to go and check out free supplies to help support your event. So check out our website. There might be a library near you, and go check out supplies. We also have several community improvement grants available. You can check those out on our website, but they help support recycling programs, litter cleanup prevention, beautification efforts. So find those on our website. We have several apps opening mid-month this month. We also have lessons for K through 5. You'll find those on our website as well. All right, next slide. Okay, so Love the Boot Week. Some of y'all might be familiar. This is our third year of Love the Boot Week. And we keep growing and it's exciting. So what is it for those who are new? It is a week of litter cleanup and beautification events across the state. We are in all 64 parishes. Anyone can participate. You can clean up litter, you can have your own event, or you can sign up for one happening near you. If you would rather do beautification, a lot of groups do plantings. So there's lots of options. So whether you're a large corporation, a family, or just one person, you can help and be part of Love the Boot Week. This effort is held during Earth Week every year, so you can kind of expect when it will happen year after year. And it's not just about cleaning up litter. We hope that this is a vehicle, an opportunity for dialogue around the issue of litter. And we really want people just to come together and realize the severity of the issue and work together towards a solution. So it's a vehicle for promoting prevention, which is the end goal. We don't want litter to happen. We want to prevent it, and we can do that with your help. I think Jesse's going to take it on the next slide.
Yes, thank you, Melissa. Alrighty, so kind of a look at our 4 main goals for Love the Boot Week. Of course, litter removal, that's kind of number 1. We know that litter is an issue across our state. So first and foremost, we're out there picking it up. Beautification, as well, as Melissa said, is a big part of Love the Boot Week. And we love to see plants, native plant gardens. Those are great for pollinators and supporting, the environment, natural environment of Louisiana, as well as trees for shade. We also know that areas that are well maintained and beautified are less likely to be littered in the first place. So again, it's that kind of preventative strategy. And of course, education, and this is probably the most important. We're spreading this awareness about the litter issue, and that we all play a part, and we all can take action to fight against litter. It's when you're out there kind of engaging with the issue hands-on, that really makes a big impression and will stick with people. So we hope that people learn more deeply about the litter problem through Love the Boot Week, and in turn will prevent litter from happening. And finally, we have recycling. We're excited this year to be expanding our recycling offerings pretty significantly. We're working with Coca-Cola and Osprey Initiative to offer recycling in 13 parishes across the state. And I'm going to talk in a little bit more detail about that in a few minutes. Here's just a look at last year's impact, some numbers. And these were great numbers. We're excited. We've been seeing Love the Boot Week grow significantly each year. This is the 3rd year, and last year there were nearly 13,000 volunteers, individuals, and we're hoping to, overpass that 13,000 mark this year. But these were really great numbers, and we're excited to continue seeing them grow. So again, with your help, we're excited to expect this year to be the biggest yet. We already have over 400 events registered, and already 60 of the 64 parishes are represented. So we're excited. We're already on a roll. Okay, so now we're going to get into kind of what you need to know as event organizers as you're getting ready for Love the Boot Week. First things first, everyone, as you register your event online, you should immediately get this kind of confirmation email. And that's an important email. Try your best not to lose it, flag it, save it, screenshot it if you can, because it has this important event ID kind of near the top of the email. And that's how you can kind of track down your event. It'll also be important later on when we talk about reporting your cleanup data. So again, hang on to this email. It also shows you all of the details that you've entered about your event, such as the location, time, a description if you entered one. And finally, there's a button near the bottom of this email. It's the orange button there that says edit your event. So at any time, you can go find this email, click that edit button, and make any changes that you need to your event. All right, and one of the answers that you input when you're registering your event is whether it's going to be public or private. So those public events are the ones that are, visible here on the Love the Boot website with that button to volunteer. So the general public can see your event details. They can sign up to volunteer through the Love the Boot website. You also should be getting an email every time someone does volunteer with the contact information of that person who signed up. On the other hand, if you choose to register your event as private, your event details are not out here for people to sign up to participate. And in that case, you'll need to be sure you're inviting anyone that you want to participate, whether it's your employees or people in your neighborhood. And in both of these cases, it's important to communicate with your volunteers, make sure they have all the information they need as we approach Love the Boot Week. Alrighty, so next we're going to kind of look at this one really helpful page on the Love the Boot website, tools and resources. And I think Melissa is going to kind of walk us through here a little bit, but I'll show you, when you first get to lovetheboot.org, here's kind of the landing page where you can register.
It's still sharing the PowerPoint, so you might want to navigate.
Oh, it is. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. Let's see. Is that better?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, great. Okay, so here we are on the landing page. And up here is kind of the navigation menu, and we're going to go over to tools and resources.
All right. Yes. So we tried to make this super easy for y'all and provide you with plenty of resources and marketing tools to help promote and plan your event. So I'm just going to kind of go over what's in this toolkit and encourage you to access it. So here, and I'll let you click on your own. On the next slide, when we go back to the PowerPoint, I'll show you kind of a preview of what marketing assets are in here. But under graphics and social media are our Keep Louisiana Beautiful logos. So if you're making, and also our Love the Boot Week logos. So if you're making your own flyer or ad or social media graphic, you can use those, of course. There's also digital ads of various sizes. So you could put these on your website, in your newsletter, and make them clickable to either the event page that you have created for your event, or you can have it go to lovetheboot.org, since there is that volunteer button on our website, so people can sign up for your event. There's also a social media toolkit, and again, I'll show you some graphics from that in a bit, but in there you'll find suggested messaging, as well as story graphics, and Instagram squares that can be used both on Facebook and Instagram. So check those out. And then this next section here, publicity. We do encourage events to promote to their local news outlets their efforts. It just helps amplify the message of Love the Boot Week. And usually it'll get picked up by your local paper. And so this release here announces your participation, and it also will, you can include information about volunteering for your event. And pretty soon I'll put a template up here as well under this section for you to announce your results. So look for that soon. This next section, and we'll cover recycling a little bit more on this webinar, but recycling is a component of Love the Boot Week that we have expanded this year, thanks to our sponsor, Coca-Cola, and Osprey Initiative, our partner. So we'll talk a little bit more about recycling in a little bit, but this is available in 13 parishes this year, which is a big expansion from last year. We only did 13 sites last year, like actual events. This next session, report your impact. reporting is so important during Love the Boot Week. And again, we'll talk more about this in a bit, but you can find a worksheet here to download that you can take to your event, and it'll tell you what you need to be tracking. And then you'll go back to the online form and summarize your event impact in that online form. And that's how we get those numbers that Jessie showed you earlier. We compile everyone's data and then we release an impact report. So you want your numbers to be counted. This next section here, event planning resources, just some basics on, planning a cleanup, tips and logistics that you should consider. There's also a sample liability release and photography waiver. And then the supplies list, this first option here. We have listed the different vendors that we get supplies from on here that you can reach out and, order for yourself, including the company that makes our t-shirts, and they will, print for you. I think there's a minimum order requirement, but all that information is on there. So yeah, check out this page. At the bottom, there's just some educational resources. But yeah, we hope that y'all can access this and use it to help plan and promote your event.
Cool. Thank you, Melissa.
Yes.
Yeah, so, as you're getting ready for your event, remember that tools and resources page is there. If you're looking for something and wondering if the information is out there, it probably is on that page.
This is just a little preview of what you would be downloading from that page. So again, some digital ads here, as well as social media graphics. And then, like I said, we do have some suggested messaging that goes with the social graphics. So feel free to check that out.
Alrighty, so I'm going to talk a little bit about supplies now. And we are providing supply boxes as groups kind of register early. Our plan this year was to send out 300 supply boxes. And thankfully, we've had a really great response with sponsorship this year. We've gotten some extra support. So we've upped that number to 400 actually. So, keep registering your events. And we're excited to offer even more support this year. We love to be able to get y'all the tools that can help you have a successful event. And in that box, there are t-shirts for 25 volunteers, as well as trash bags and gloves. This is a little preview of the t-shirt that's going to be in the box. It's a really nice color this year, Carolina blue. We're excited about it. And then on top of those supply boxes, there are other resources for supplies out there. Melissa mentioned earlier our Get Down and Clean Up program, and that's the one that we partner with libraries around the state. So check out the program page for Get Down and Clean Up on the KLB website, and there's a list there of 100+ libraries participating across the state, and they have handy little cleanup kits that include these safety vests and grabbers. So those are kind of extra things that you might want to utilize for your event. They're out there and available for checkout. So we encourage people to utilize that program for Love the Boot Week. Extra t-shirts. If you're expecting a really large group of volunteers, you want to order more t-shirts. That tools or our supplies list on the tools and resources page that we just looked at has some information about how to order directly from our screen printer at Art Masters. And then finally, you might want to as well order some more trash bags, gloves, grabbers. Again, that's all on that supply list. And, as you lead up to your event, consider if you want to provide anything extra for your volunteers, such as water, snacks, or hand sanitizer. Things like that can be a nice extra touch for your volunteers.
We have a few questions that we might want to bring up to the group because others might have the same question.
Sure.
Amanda asks, will shirts, gloves be provided to us? Do you want to take that one?
Sure. So like I mentioned, if your event is currently registered, you are within our group that's going to receive a supply box. And that is for groups, all types of groups except for the um, family and individual groups that are smaller than 10 people. And that's just because those supply boxes are made for 25. So we wanted to kind of reduce our waste there. And for those family and individual small groups, we're providing state park passes instead. So, but other than that, if your group is registered, you will be receiving a supply box. Um, it's one box per group. So if your group is having multiple events, you'll just get that one box. And that's so that we can provide, as widespread of support as we can. Did I miss anything there, Melissa?
No, I think that's good. Let's see here. Will the grabbers, et cetera, at libraries cost? No, those are free. So Amanda, you just have to have your library card. And it's just like checking out a book. So check out our website, and we have a long list of all the public libraries that have signed up to participate. And they should have supplies on hand. You can contact them to see what's available. But since we have so much time leading up to Love the Boot Week, you should be able to reserve those. for
Right.
free.
I think most libraries kind of will let you reserve them ahead of time. So if you're on the ball, that's a good thing to start looking into. Cool. Do we want to take some more questions now?
Let's see. I think we answered a few. It says, sorry, I'm a little late. How do we get the box? I think you just answered that. Just as long as you sign up and you're in a group that's not the individuals and families less than 10, you
Right.
are eligible for a box. And I don't think we've hit that 400 mark yet, right?
Right. And I will put a quick reminder in here too that on your registration form, we ask for your mailing address. Um, and that should be a physical address, not a PO box. Since these are kind of big supply boxes, we can't ship them to a PO box. But if you have put a PO box in, you'll be getting an email from me asking for a physical address for your supply box. So just be sure to be checking your email.
Kip is asking about the quantity of items in the box. So there's 25 t-shirts and each box has the same sizes in each one. We don't have the bandwidth to do custom boxes at this time. So there's a little bit of each size. And then for gloves, is it a box of 100, Jesse?
It's a box of 100, so 50 pairs.
Yeah, so there's going to be a few for each person in your group. Um, and trash bags. There's a box of, I believe, 25. Is that correct?
Right. I think it's actually 26 in that box, but yeah. So we're thinking about a group of around 25 volunteers that this would supply.
Yes. All right. I think we can answer some of these other questions in a bit.
Okay. All right. So moving right along, recycling. As we said, we're really excited about recycling this year. It's a big expansion again, and that's in thanks to our sponsor, Coca-Cola, and our partner, Osprey Initiative. So this is kind of a expansion this year, as we said, and Osprey will be getting in touch with groups that are in these 12 parishes. This year, this is kind of where we're launching and where we're able to serve these parishes this year. We hope in the future to include even more parishes. But, Osprey picked these out as kind of an efficient route for them because they'll actually be on the road picking up recycling. So if you're in one of these parishes and you indicated that you were interested in recycling on your registration form, Osprey will be getting in touch with you with a little more information, and they will be sending you some specific bags to use for recycling. There'll be a different color. I think they'll be blue. So you'll want to make sure that all your volunteers know that those bags are just for number one plastic bottles. So that's kind of like your common water bottle, Coke bottle, as well as aluminum cans. Those are the two materials that Osprey is going to collect for recycling. So those can go in those blue bags. The rest of your litter that is picked up will go in your regular black trash bags. Keep them separate. And then after Love the Boot Week, someone from Osprey will be coming around and collecting all of your recycling bags. They will then make sure everything's sorted correctly and deliver it straight to, a trusted recycling facility. Um, and all your materials will be recycled. So we're really excited about that. And in addition to those 12 kind of pickup parishes, there's also going to be one kind of central drop-off center in West Monroe. So anyone kind of in the Washita Parish area can go and drop off recycling at that center. And again, Osprey will pick up from that one location in West Monroe. So again, Osprey's kind of leading the charge with the logistics of recycling for Love the Boot Week. So they will be in touch with y'all with a little bit more information as we get closer. All righty.
There's let me just jump in. There's a couple
Sure.
questions about boxes, and you might have answered this, Jesse, but
Okay.
several are wondering when they'll be shipped, and they are being packed right now. So, yeah, we hope that they will they'll get to you by this month for sure. So, I expect them to drop in the mail next week. Thank you.
All righty. Yeah, so we're kind of starting to wrap up here, and any questions that are still coming in, we'll make sure we get to them at the end. This last bit of information we have for y'all is pretty important. It's about data collecting and reporting. So, you saw the numbers from last year that we talked about in the beginning. This data is really important for us to continue growing Love the Boot Week, finding support for Love the Boot Week. We compile it all at the end into this one impact report that we publish. And it's exciting for you all too. You get to see how what you did at your event was part of something that turned out really huge and impactful. So do please be sure to report your data, do your best to make it as accurate as you can. And we have, again, provided some tools to help you do that. We've got a worksheet. And so this is something that, you can print out a physical copy and actually bring it to your event the day of, and you can record your data in real time. There's going to be one hard copy printed and included in each of those supply boxes. We saw it as well on the tools and resources page at lovetheboot.org. And finally, we'll be sending it to you, the digital version, the file, will be coming to you in kind of a reminder email about a week before Love the Boot Week. And that email will also include all those event details, like your event ID and things like that, so that you're kind of ready to go. So again, that sheet can be used during your event. Fill it out. The questions are aligned then with our online form. So after you conclude your event, you'll go online and transfer that data that you collected on your worksheet into the online form. We'll make sure you have the link to that. We'll be sending it to you via email. It'll be on the website. And then as well, there's a QR code on that hard copy worksheet. So it's easy to find. You can scan it and pull it right up. And we're going to look at that online form a little bit together in just a sec. But one thing to note is that if you are holding multiple events, we ask that you compile all your data into one online form. That makes it a little neater and easier for us to handle. And we ask too that on this online form, you upload any photos that you took from Love the Boot Week. We love to see your photos. We use these for marketing. They're great. They really, show kind of how fun this event can be. So please do send in your photos. And that online form is going to be due May 7th. So let's take a quick look. Are you seeing the page, the form? Okay, great. So here we go. Again, this kind of has the same information that we just talked about. It's kind of basic instructions for filling it out. Asks about your event. If you've got that event ID, which you do in the email, please enter that here. It'll really help us to match these forms to your event registration. Tell us which parish you were in, and then we kind of start to get into data. And a lot of these, you're estimating, so just do your best to give us an accurate estimate, things like hours. You'll choose the type of event that you held, and then there are specific questions about either your cleanup or your beautification efforts, or both, if you did both. One thing to point out here, we're asking for the total number of litter bags you collected. Want to make sure there's not confusion about with the recycling bags that we mentioned. Put the whole total, including both litter bags and recycling bags, because they're both litter. So we want to make sure we get your full total here. And your recycling data will actually be collected by Osprey when they collect those recycling bags. So you don't need to worry about giving us any recycling data on this form. We want to hear about what kinds of things were picked up, what sorts of litter. This is helpful for us to know, get kind of a better idea of what the litter situation is like. You can put, if you picked up large items, like we know there are some big items out there littered on the side of the road, mattresses, furniture. We've got a handy chart here that kind of gives you common weights of those items that you might find. So again, you can put that information in there. We've got some beautification questions. And then if you wanted to add any additional details about your event, we'll read those. And, the more information, the better. We love to hear from y'all. We love to learn about your events. Here's the button to upload photos. And one thing too that I'll mention about the photos, kind of the last thing we'll talk about next in the PowerPoint is awards. This year that's new, and we are having a beautification award. And that is going to be based off of photos of your beautification efforts, kind of before and after. So if you are holding a beautification event, remember to take a photo before you get started, and then again after, so that we can kind of compare and really get, see the impact of your work. Don't forget to submit. Last very important step, submit your form so that we can see it. Alrighty, so again, these data reports are really important to us. They're important for the future of Love the Boot Week. So, we're asking next year to be eligible for a supply box, your group needs to have reported this year, unless of course you're a new group signing up next year. So put it this way, if your group does not submit an online data report this year, and then you sign up again in 2025, you won't be eligible to receive a supply box. Alrighty, so finally, awards. We're really excited this year to introduce Love the Boot Week Awards. And this is kind of just to celebrate the achievements of Love the Boot Week, recognize some outstanding efforts from you all. We will have 9 awards presented at a kind of awards reception on May 29th. So most of them are going to be litter removal awards, and those are based off of how much litter was removed, weight. We're going to look at weight divided by the size of your volunteer group to kind of make it fair across the board. We're also looking to see parish participation. Which of our 64 parishes had the highest rate of participation? We're going to reward or award that parish. I just talked a little bit about the beautification award. We want to highlight, any outstanding beautification effort. So again, that's going to be based on before and after photos. And finally, the recycling award. And this is going to be based off of data that we collect from Osprey as they collect your recycling. And that's going to be presented by Coca-Cola, since they are supporting our recycling efforts this year. Alrighty, and again, that is going to be, that awards reception is going to be held on May 29th, and we will send a direct invitation to any winners of awards, honorees, and we hope you are able to make it so we can celebrate you. And it should be a fun kind of ending to Love the Boot Week. And another great reason to make sure you get your data turned into us so that we can celebrate you. We're going to have more information about the awards, of course, too, on lovetheboot.org. There's a section all about the awards. So if you're interested in learning more, it's all there for you. All righty. And finally, if you have questions, here's our contact information, Melissa Kenyon, Marketing Communications Director. There's her email. I'm Jessie Chapuis. I'm Programs and Events Manager. There's my email for you and our office phone. So we're here. We're happy to help and answer any questions y'all might have about Love the Boot Week. And we can take any that are in the Q&A now. And then, of course, if you think of some later, don't hesitate to send us an email.
So I've answered a bunch of questions along the way in the chat. But some of the most common questions again were, when are we receiving boxes? So if you missed that, mid to late March. There are a variety of different sizes in the box for the t-shirts. If you need different sizes or larger sizes, Art Masters should be able to help you with that. But they do have a minimum order requirement, which I don't know off the top of my head. We also do sell shirts on our website. They are a little bit different. There's a teal version and then there's a tie-dye version. So if you do want a special t-shirt, those are there for you if you're just one person looking for a shirt. I saw a question about recycling and Ouachita Parish. So in that particular parish, we do have recycling, but it'll be a drop-off option at the West Monroe Recycling Center. So it's just going to be handled a little bit different. We're trying that out to see how effective it is. So you still should be hearing from Osprey if you signed up for that. So with that, you'll take your recycling that you collect to that recycling center instead of Osprey picking it up from you. Yeah, and a lot of people have asked about getting this PowerPoint and this presentation, and yes, totally, we will send that PowerPoint to y'all. And we also recorded this, so we will make this recording available at lovetheboot.org. When is the sign-up letter available? I'm not really sure about that question. That means, and yeah, I think that we covered most of them.
All right,
We are,
great.
oh, yep. So yeah, if y'all have any questions for us, we're here to help you. We are all things Love the Boot right now. So reach out to us if you need anything. Again, there's our contact information and we're happy to help you. And we're excited. This is going to be our biggest year yet. And we appreciate all of y'all being involved. So thank you.
Yes, thank you guys so much for joining us this morning. And thank you for loving the boot. We're really excited.